I, 23F, have a crush on a guy, 22 meters. All his friends know, but somehow he doesn't? Original by you, Tostitos. Mercury in our relationship advice, September 12, 2022. Or maybe he just doesn't like me. I met this guy in a club randomly. We sat next together by circumstance and I thought he was cute and I thought the way he got flustered was cute. Let's say his name is Lev. We talked a bunch and then he left and then I added him and we've been talking and texting a lot. But it's all me initiating it. And he also said he probably wouldn't initiate hanging out. He said he's just not that type. We walked out of a club and wandered and talked for a few hours and he went home. It was nice. Fast forward. I'm a really shy girl. The club has a big group so I've been having trouble speaking up. Oh well. His childhood friend asks me if Lev is coming. Which I find funny because I don't think I've ever talked about Lev or hanging out with Lev. So I guess Lev must have? Either way, I did happen to know the info and told him. Later I met with them at a different location. And the group sent Lev to get me. Which could have been circumstances. I'm not sure. But I asked him out to lunch and we ate and hung out a bit. I related to him because we're both a little older in college. He's a 22 years old junior. I'm a 23-year-old senior. And he also just transferred, doesn't know many people. I was readmitted and I don't know anyone. But maybe he just accepts hanging out because he doesn't know anyone. But either way, I don't normally crush on someone so hard. He's an artsy STEM major, which I appreciate. I'm more of a nerdy art major. But just as he told me at first. He doesn't initiate hanging out. But he always says yes and seems excited. Also, I don't know if this matters. But he might be on the spectrum. At least, according to him. He said he lacks some social awareness. Should I continue initiating? Or just leave it up to him if he wants to hang out? Or maybe I should just focus on being friends. Because I need more of those. Edit. So I chickened out on asking him to a date, but I asked him to go to the state fair with me, which is pretty explicit in my eyes. He actually left me on read, so I don't know, maybe I'll hear from him in the morning, lol. He's really quick to reply, so something tells me it's not so good. Rolling on the floor laughing. Hi. Update September 15, 2022. A lot of you suggested a straightforward approach. For the guy that has executive dysfunction, maybe in the spectrum. And everyone knows I like him. And whilst I had a fun visit to the state fair planned, things were kind of quiet between us. He wasn't replying much, so I just asked if he wanted to eat. We hugged a couple times and left, and I forgot to ask him the important stuff. I text him about relationship stuff. Ask his relationship status. And then ask him out. I tell him I like him. The whole 9 yards. He turned me down. Rather quickly and politely. I didn't inquire why, but he said he hopes to talk tomorrow and be friends. I really did feel like if he liked me I would have known. He's not socially inept. He's smart and perceptive of things like these. Asked if he knew I liked him. He said he thought it could happen. Someone not ever asking to hang out can definitely be a sign. But I mean, I don't regret it. Better sooner than later. I wish he saw the better side of me though. I had a crush on him day one. And that makes it hard to project your best, but yeah, I'll probably try to get him off my mind. And I actually think we can be friends. I was crushing hard, but it's okay. Live and learn. Edit. Guys, he told me it was so obvious he had his rejection statement prepared because he really wanted to make sure we stayed friends. Almost doubted himself because I took so long. Who told me he probably just didn't know, loudly crying. But we had like a little conversation today. We talked about how we had the similar problem of dating somebody we like as a friend just because they asked. We're both over that stage in life. And he said he just likes me as friend and enjoys having someone close like me. We're still going to the state fair. I'm way less nervous about it at least. Double edit. Thank you all for so much positivity. I didn't expect to get this many replies on an unsuccessful update. I guess we've all been through similar situations. Thanks Reddit. I feel a lot better. Triplets edit. I don't know who still is here, but we had the outing at a state fair. And it was a lot of fun. He was sleepy but seemed to enjoy himself the whole time, and we had lots of nice heart-to-hearts. And more importantly, the rides were a blast. When we both left, he started texting me about how it really looked like a date from the photos we took. And I'm like cringing a lil because I tried to repress my feelings a bunch. Then he tells me it felt like dating. And dense little me couldn't tell. He was telling me he was confused and felt like he made a mistake. Not dating me. I was a little bit confused as to what to say. NGL. He was asking me what he should do. Ask me out knowing that maybe we won't end up some kind of long-term thing. Or do whatever this was and try to date me later knowing that I could have moved on from him. He didn't want to wait for this type of thing to happen. And really didn't think he'd change his mind. Suggestions? I'll probably make a full update if we actually end up dating. Cuz lol. On a personal level, yeah, he's super cute and smart. My type for sure, and all we could talk about was finding ways to spend time together. It was great chemistry. I'm surprised to know he was feeling it too. #reminder. I am not the original Oop. A little older, I'm 31, hoping to go back to finish my bachelor's in January. I feel ancient tears of joy. Edit. Thank you for the award and all the encouragement. You guys are seriously going to make me cry. I wish I had enough self-confidence to assume people are just autistic when I flirt with them and they don't flirt back. I don't understand. The joys of dating. All that confusion and lack of concrete surety in your feelings, and you start feeling like you could fall for your friend. The best relationships start with friendship to me. Rooting for Oop to keep having her friendship and hopefully a romantic relationship. When I was single and newly divorced, I asked a friend how she knows if men are interested in her. She told me that she just assumes all guys are into her. To be young again. My wife and I have been together for 14 years, and I remember going through this sort of thing with her. You spin me right round baby, right round like a record baby, right round round round. ETAAO cheers. Thanks for the award. We talked a bunch and then he left, and then I added him and we've been talking and texting a lot. But it's all me initiating it. And he also said he probably wouldn't initiate hanging out. He said he's just not that type. That would be the signal. Hopefully Oop will have learned from this. From the first part it seems kind of obvious he's not interested. If he wants to date you, he will date you. The ending of this was messy and is a bit of a red flag. I'm going to guess the ending without reading the post. He knew and wasn't interested. Yeah, if I was her I'd pass on that one. No one wants to be the "on second thought" option. This guy sounds like he just wants to keep her on the hook. Damn, this post was exhausting. This is cute and cringe. Just like most young love stories. My husband first asked me out online when we were messaging back and forth after hanging out. Earlier in the day, he subtly probed for my phone number. Me, being the highly astute person that I am, I did not pick up on it. It was something like, "Hey, I should just text you later. It will be easier than using the chat." Me, "Yeah, that sounds great." And then nothing else. About an hour after that I clocked in to what he was fishing for and messaged him my number, woman facepalming, medium light skin tone. But I've also told him that he knew what he was getting into and that I don't pick up on hints very well. Why yes, I am ADHD. This guy will only provide a messy, exhausting on-off relationship that will last years. I've seen it so many times. He kinda likes Oop but won't commit and will keep looking. Talks about the future and will keep Oop in the hook so she won't be looking elsewhere. It will be constant breaking up and getting back together. Finally, either the guy meets someone and will toss Oop aside permanently, or Oop meets someone and the guy will suddenly be ready for commitment. Sharing something I posted in another similar thread. I had a similar experience. Was 17, we worked together at fast food place. We got to talking, she told me she had feelings for me, I turned her down. We continued talking and I asked her out a week later. Been together 12 years now. I'm not exactly sure why I turned her down, but I think it's because I'm very socially inept. I'm not always aware of my own feelings and usually don't feel much. I asked her out because I wanted to know more and I wanted to experience more with her. She is now the love of my life and I'm happy I asked her out. NGL, I was kind of expecting a twist ending where the dude was gay but still in the closet. In her place, I'd keep him as a friend for a while if more feelings develop and mature on both sides. So much the better if it was just a temporary flash in the pan on his part. It won't have destroyed the friendship. Is no one else getting red flags from this? Just me. Okay. I would suggest to him that you two either take the plunge and call it dating or that he stop talking like this. You are trying to accept his rejection and move on after all. It would be cruel to teeter this decision for any length of time. If you two do try dating, then know it can happen without the expectation that it needs to have a direction right away and that both of you understand this. As you grow, you can discuss the direction your relationship is taking or the direction you'd like it to take.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.